Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Red Cape Sports. My name is Bird Bouchard. This is the producer, editor, mastermind, crazy guy, whatever you want to call him, Mitch Bouchard. All right, guys, so on today's episode, Mitch and I, we're going to talk about current Major League Baseball players.
Okay.
We've picked out around 4 who we believe definitely have Hall of Fame trajectories. These guys are basically shoo-ins for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And we have to discuss who do we think's cards are most investable right now. It's not necessarily to say who's the better player, who's had the better career, whatever. But who do we think is the most investable now? Mm-hmm. Player number 1. You know him because he's dating Kate Upton. He's thrown no-hitters. He's just across the river from us.
Yeah.
Detroit Tigers legend. Number 1 overall pick. Justin Verlander. This guy is incredible. He's got the World Series ring now, too. 3,000 career strikeouts.
Yeah.
Coming up on 200 career wins.
Yeah. Well, we'll think about it this way, too, before we get into it. I had no chance at Kate Upton anyways. Okay?
True.
Okay? So, let's look at it this way. Pitchers, nobody cares about as much as hitters. That's a huge one.
For the most part.
In general, right?
Yeah.
Like, people were into Bauer, but then all that stuff happened. Like, think about it. Like, if you're going to hit 70 bombs, if you're going to be, like steroid bonds or some of those heavy hitters, like, people want to get those cards, right? But when you look at Verlander, I think he's a good long-term investment. I would like to know the pop reports and stuff. Do you know any of those numbers?
They're pretty low. Bowman, I believe, is about on par. He's got a Bowman, then he's also got like a Topps draft pick.
Okay.
And then he's also got like a Topps draft pick rookie card that's on there. I don't know the exact pop reports. I don't. But these cards, you can get them for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Raw, ungraded, of course. But anyway, that's card number 1. Okay?
Yeah. I would have to say maybe they're probably properly valued, though.
It could be.
I've seen the prices before and et cetera, but even going forward, like, unless you're Randy Johnson,
but
Nolan
even Randy
Ryan.
Johnson's and Nolan Ryan's cards, they're not going for much currently.
I think they're expensive. Like the rookies.
Could be.
The rookies of Nolan Ryan.
Even
I
a
know
guy
that
like
one's
Fergie
expensive.
Jenkins, right? Fergie Jenkins
Yeah.
was up until basically
I
last
think you just
year.
got to wait so long for somebody. You have to wait so long for somebody like Verlander to go up. And the fact is, guys like Randy Johnson and them will go up, and Clemens will kind of go up before him. So he's kind of on the back burner of that, and he's just so far down the tail of like being an athlete in the right position of being like a hitter or a goal scorer.
Sure. So then the next guy, who we also discussed, Clayton Kershaw. This is a guy who, quote unquote, couldn't get the job done, couldn't have any kind of postseason success.
I wouldn't buy him.
And I was sure you wouldn't buy Clayton Kershaw.
No, not over like a big hitter. I'm just saying like just position wise. I don't know. I'm just thinking about being a pitcher. It's like I was a pitcher in college, but like, dude, like pitching,
So you know that nobody
cares about
pitchers.
you. Nobody appreciates you. Nobody appreciates you.
It's true.
If you give up a run, it's your fault. If you don't give up a run, you did nothing good.
I mean, basically.
Right? Your job is to not mess up, and if you do something good, nobody notices because nothing changes.
I mean,
Like, think about that.
You're not wrong,
That
right?
could be
And
part of it. You hit a bomb, that's good. You strike out a guy, well, yeah, you didn't give up a run, but
You
you
did your
also
job,
didn't
that's
put.
it.
Yeah, but like if you strike out the sider, if you pitch a perfect game or get a no hitter, you never scored a run for your team. Like, it's just interesting to think about. I understand, but it's kind of like a goalie. Goalies don't always get credit where it's due because either you're going to let in goals or not let in a goal. I'm just saying there's part of it where it goes unnoticed, your job, in a way.
Wow. So Clayton Kershaw doesn't intrigue you whatsoever, even with current prices?
Not currently compared to other investments. No way. And that's just based on the minimal knowledge.
So the third guy is a guy who's currently in his last season. Albert
I know
Pujols.
who you're talking about, yeah.
Albert Pujols. He actually hit 2 home runs as of the filming of today, May 22nd, 2022, which now means he's 17 career home runs away from 700. 700.
Yeah. He's a good buyer.
He's going to be one of 5 guys ever to do that. Actually, I believe he'll be like the 4th.
Cabrera will do it.
No, Cabrera is not even close.
You don't think he could do it?
Cabrera's not even close. Not even close.
If he keeps playing.
Not even close.
I don't know. I don't even
Not
know.
even close. Albert Pujols was the first and only guy in Major League Baseball history to start the first 10 years of his career.
I sold the Pujols card last year.
First 10 years of his career, at least 300 batting average, at least 30 home runs, at least 100 RBIs. Yeah. He's a tank. He's got so many career accolades. I don't want to get too far into that. But first ballot Hall of Famer, probably going to also have that big one is the 700 career home runs if he gets to it.
Everybody wants the bomb.
Is he investable right now? Is he a guy that, maybe throughout the last year or two has kind of slipped under the radar again?
I think he's a great buy, even over modern players.
Sure.
Because he's got the home runs, he's got the base hits. Has he won a World Series?
He's won two.
Two. So there you go. What else do you want?
What else do you want, exactly?
And he's still playing. He is a guy over pitchers I think you should buy in terms of an investment. That makes sense to me. I know his card prices. I'm pretty familiar. I sold one last year, but it wasn't his Topps Chrome version. Sure. So I just got that because I got it for $80. Sold it for $300 at the time.
There you go.
When he retired, but then he came out of retirement. Then I was like, oh well,
He never retired.
Yeah, but he announced that he was possibly going to be retired, right?
Gotcha.
So that was a whole thing where I'm like, I didn't know for sure if he was going to come back or not.
And here he is. So, like I said, let us know down below in the comments if you think he's going to reach 700. He only needs 17 more.
Oh, I think he will.
And we're in May. There's a potential for it, especially with the newly implemented designated hitter rule. So we'll see.
He can't run.
He doesn't have to.
He runs worse than me. It's pretty bad.
He stole a base the other day, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Now, the fourth player, y'all know him. He's without a doubt currently the best player in Major League Baseball.
Greg Zahn.
Greg Zahn! Put up a Greg Zahn fucking highlight. I'm sorry. Okay. Will Ferrell. In all honesty, Mike Trout. Mike Trout, former Albert Pujols teammate. A lot of people, as great as Mike Trout is, and as highly touted his cards are, and as expensive as they are, I personally don't believe he's going to reach 3,000 career hits.
Really?
He's not on a pace to do it. The pandemic,
and then
plus the injury. As we film this, he's not even halfway there.
Okay, but I will
say...
He
is not even at 1,500, and he's quickly approaching 30.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he's going to play until, but if he only plans on playing until about 36, 37, like most players do, he's not going to get there.
He might not. Out of everybody, though, if I look on whatever, YouTube or something, if I see ads on something, I always see Mike Trout on Instagram or whatever hitting bombs. He's one guy, though, where he is definitely the best hitter we've seen in a long time. It's pretty obvious pretty obvious that there's just something about his swing looks like he's only swinging halfway. I don't know. He's just.
But then he launches them 460 feet.
I know, it's weird.
Crazy.
It's funny too. I had a coach who played with him in AA in Colorado, and he's like, "Oh, this guy Mike Trout, he's gonna be great." I wasn't into cards, and I'm thinking I always kick myself. I'm like, "Dang man, I knew about Mike Trout before he became Mike Trout." So, fun fact. So I'm sad.
Would you say that Mike Trout's cards, though, is there still room to invest? Because they're
so high, though.
They have come down from a little bit, too, though.
Yeah. I would say the good ones. I know even, what's his name, Vegas Dave. I don't know what happened to that guy, by the way. But he's been into the crypto sports card. Mm-hmm. He kind of made Mike Trout and sports cards. He put that stuff on the map. Sure. He really helped out specifically with Mike Trout. So I think there's a lot of manipulation going on there, if you want to call it that. There's a lot of attention on Mike Trout. He's not a sure bet. I would rather get Pujols than Mike Trout. I think that's what I come to a conclusion of.
Wow.
Pujols over Mike Trout in terms of an investment, because the risk to reward ratio, I feel like Mike Trout is more of a risk. He doesn't have those Pujols numbers. I don't think he's going to hit the bombs. And then Pujols is more of a sure bet in terms of, going forward.
Wow. See, that's interesting. I actually completely disagree. Because if Mike Trout tears his ACL and never plays another game of baseball ever again, he's a sure Hall of Famer. For sure. The numbers are there. The career WAR is there. He's got
Okay,
enough
but
home
Pujols,
runs.
yeah, but Pujols isn't there though.
Pujols is there. This
Okay.
isn't about Pujols. This is about...
Yeah, but I was saying compared to Pujols I would get over Trout, right?
No.
Yes or no?
No, I would not. I would invest personally in Mike Trout
Okay.
because I don't think he's going to tear his ACL and never play another game of baseball
What?
ever
I'm
again.
kidding.
I really don't.
Yeah.
And the reality is, Pujols is in his final year. Yes, it's very nostalgia. It's very emotional being a St. Louis
Okay.
Cardinal fan. It is. It's his final season, right?
Emotional.
Mike Trout's still yet to even have playoff success. There's an opportunity for him to do that. There's an
Okay.
opportunity for him to win the World Series. Mike Trout still has so many prime years left. And to me, the window of opportunity is much larger. And if you're trying to physically put an object through a window, you'd much rather that window be a lot bigger, right?
Yeah, for room
So
to
for-
grow. I'm
for
saying
me-
a safer investment though.
For
would be
me,
Pujols.
I'm going with Mike Trout.
Okay.
And Mitch is going to go with Pujols, which is funny because that's
I
one of my favorite ball players
like
of all
them
time.
both. I like them both. But I feel like if I were to tell somebody who to get, I think maybe even Pujols in the short term. It's tough. I'll have to go through
It
more
also
of the
depends
numbers.
on money. It depends on things like
What do
that.
what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Comment down below. What do you think? What do I know?
Well, that does it for this installment of Red Cape Sports. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave us a thumbs up. It really helps us out to grow the channel and to reach more people who love sports card collecting as yourself. And just a reminder, if you guys are interested in learning more than just what we put out here on YouTube, down below in the video description, there is a link to our Udemy course. Ultimately there, you guys can learn tons of different things on how to collect sports cards, protect them, and ultimately invest in the sports card industry. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Till next time.